like to talk about disrupting post-secondary university education. I want to talk about things called MOOCs, Massive Open Online Courses. In September 2011, two Stanford University professors offered a computing science course online for free. And much to everybody's surprise, 160,000 people around the world signed up to take the course. What was even more astounding to me, and a little bit humbling, was that 20,000 of those students completed the course and passed. I've been at the University of Alberta for 33 years. Most years I've taught multiple courses, multiple sections, large classes, small classes, and in my entire 33 years combined, I haven't come close to teaching 20,000 students. Yet they did that in one term. Let's take a look at what's happened since then. Everyone talked about the year of the MOOC, that this was going to revolutionize university education. But what's been happening, the move to online has been going very slow. There's lots of resistance in the system to change. But the reality is that universities are under enormous cost pressures. And whether you like MOOCs or hate them, and there are people on both sides of the fence, they do offer a way to educate more students at less cost. But the important thing here is that history tells us that once technology gets its tentacles and sinks it into something, it is disruptive and change is inevitable. It will happen. The standard classroom teaching models that we use are hundreds of years old. Look around us. Maybe it's time for a change. Let's think about MOOCs and what it offers for students. Imagine being able to take a university course anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. That you're not bound to showing up Monday, Wednesday, Friday at a physical location at the university to take your course. What if you could take a course from any elite institution in the world on any subject that you wanted? We offer a course called Dino 101. It's an introduction to paleontology. Most universities don't have a paleontology department. They can't offer a course on dinosaurs. But we can make it free to the world so that anybody can learn about dinosaurs. From the university's point of view, these courses are scalable. If I've got an online course and there's 10,000 students taking it, the cost of adding one more student, so there's 10,001, is zero. There's startup cost, but the operating cost gets incrementally small. These courses can be made available free or at low cost to the world and basically reach everybody, especially those people who cannot afford a Stanford or a University of Alberta education. Many people call this the democratization of knowledge. I'm Dean of the Faculty of Science. Why did I get into MOOCs? Why am I pushing it for my faculty? We are a national and internationally recognized institution for our research. We are recognized nationally and internationally for our teaching. But I want more than that. I'm greedy. I also want to be recognized for high-quality research into teaching. I'm also interested in using these MOOCs to build our national and international reputation. We've been at this, doing this for just over 3 years. We've reached over 250,000 students around the world. Most of them international, most of them who have never heard of the University of Alberta before, never heard of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. But they have now. They've taken a course. They've got a fabulous impression of the University of Alberta. They know who we are. Right now we have 13 courses deployed. Most are free, but if you want University of Alberta credit, you got to pay for the credit, sorry. But you can still take the course and do almost everything that it takes to pass, except for the final exam. We have 7 more courses in preparation. But these are exciting topics. Dinosaurs, computer games. Well, you can sort of tell my bias there, because obviously. The Arctic. We have a great course that just launched last month on mountains. So just fabulous, fabulous courses. There are some myths about MOOCs, and I want to address them head on. First, people talk about the low completion rate. The industry average is 5% of people who take a MOOC complete it. Our courses seem to be different. We get 18%. But we put a lot of time and effort into producing high-quality courses, and it's reflected in more people taking and completing the courses than other universities. But 18%, that still sounds low. But you shouldn't be surprised. Just because somebody window shops doesn't mean they're going to buy. They have no skin in the game. If it's free, you just drop it. But what studies have shown, if you just charge a nominal amount, $40. What a bargain for a university course, $40? Guess what? Completion rates zoom to 65%. A little bit of money and people are incented to complete the course. A second myth, this came from a University of Pennsylvania study, said that people who took MOOCs were disproportionately educated, male, and wealthy. Well, I don't know where they're getting their data because it's not ours. 32% of the people who take our courses have no degree, 35% only have a bachelor's degree, 54% are female, and 48% report low or no wages. So much for the Pennsylvania study. Another thing people criticize MOOCs, it's boring. PowerPoint with voiceover. Yeah, a lot of them are. They suck, but not ours. The top institutions put a lot of time and effort into it. Ours involve interactive software applications, periodic quizzing, on-location shooting, Dyno 101. You're there live at a real dig. How cool is that? We put in a lot of thought and high production values to produce an outstanding product, and it shows in our completion rate, and it shows in the online rankings. We have 2 of the top 10 ranked courses in the world. People really like our courses. Another myth is that MOOCs are going to eliminate classrooms. It's patently false. There is no one-size-fits-all type of teaching and learning. Online is perfect for some. Classroom, one-on-one mentoring suits others. And a university like the University of Alberta has to support multiple teaching and learning models. And the last myth that you often hear is money. A system which takes courses and offers them for free to the world can't possibly survive. That's true, but there are 2 sides to it. First is you can make money. If you take Dyno 101 and you only charge $40 for the course, doesn't sound like a lot, but if you have 10,000 students taking it, it suddenly becomes a lot of money. You get the economies of scale. Second, you get enormous cost savings. We offer Dyno 101 to the University of Alberta students. In a typical term, 500 students take it for credit. I have no instructor, no teaching assistants. I don't have to book a room. We offer that course to 500 students each term, and we save an enormous amount of money in offering that course. So big cost reduction. Faculty of Science is one of the very few institutions in the world who offer their MOOCs for credit. That's part of our secret sauce to produce high quality production, because the course had to go through university approval and governance for quality. And of course, since people have to pass and fail, there might be a credit at stake. We have to do an awful lot of thought on how to properly assess this to determine how people do in the course. And this leads to 3 big ideas. They're all trying to end the disease that infects post-secondary education, the not invented here syndrome. The idea that if we don't do it, it can't be good. We have to do our own custom implementation. So let's talk about 3 simple ideas from the easiest to the biggest. First, I argue that we should be adopting courses for credit at our own universities. Let's take a look at Dyno 101. Most universities in Canada cannot offer an introduction to paleontology. They don't have a paleontology department. But you got a University of Alberta course, it's accredited, you can offer it at your university, you can give that to your students, accept it for credit. It enriches your educational offerings, you're being respectful to the student to give them access to the kinds of courses that they want to take. Second big idea. Let's work together across Canada on developing a course. I'm going to pick on Physics 101 as an example. Not a lot has changed in first-year physics in the past few decades. Yet there's 100 universities in this country, and everybody is teaching their own version of Physics 101. They've all got their own instructor who puts their own spin on the course. All the courses are largely the same. Talk about a massive waste. Talk about an enormous amount of duplication. If every university threw $10,000 into a pool, we'd have $1 million, and with that you could produce at least 2 superb online MOOCs. And the end result is we could offer it for credit to everybody in Canada and the world with a huge reduction in duplication and an enormous cost savings. And the third big idea is, let's not stop with the course. Let's put an online degree there. Let's work together to produce a superb online degree that allows our students to pursue at their own pace, wherever they want, a high-quality university education. So, to conclude, none of this is fantasy. It can all happen starting today. The result, huge cost savings for institutions, anytime, anywhere access to courses to students who can do it at their own pace. And let's be honest, isn't it time that we allow technology to disrupt university education? Thank you.